Greetings everyone, greetings my dear subscribers. I'm sorry for not making much of a videos recently. It is because I was this busy planning and this messaging and ordering my business trip, and I also was busy bonding with my wife, and she was a bit scared when I told her that I'm going to business trip to South Korea and stuff. And there's nothing to worry about South Korea currently, because nothing is like happening. No one is paying attention to Mr. Trump and the glorious leader Kim. You must know that on internet this little this fat kid, I wonder how old, this kid is doing much better ruling than the Mongolian government. I mean, he's not borrowing money from the foreigners. He has this strict control over these people and stuff. Of course, I do not like this dictatorship. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to Mongolia be so this developed. I want Mongolia to be somewhat this how to say, inaccessible. I mean, harsh. There is no roads. It should be how to say, a big this fortress, cold fortress, something like that. Of course, there are those who want to put roads everywhere and mine everywhere. I don't like that. Of course, my opinions are not shared by my fellow Mongolians, and the way I even look is not shared by by them. They will say that I look uncivilized. I shit the honor of my people. All kinds of this harsh comments. Well, I have this this uncivilized look to to show some point. There are this somewhat this so-called civilized bodhisattvas, the Buddhist gods, or basically copy passed from a Hindu gods, and they have this clothing, this or cultural this stuff. They have a hairstyle, they have jewelry, they have wearing this rainbow trousers, and etc, etc. And there are some looks like a bit uncivilized this wrathful gods who are naked and doesn't have any this hairstyle, and it's usually the this 10 fire lords, etc, etc. And I noticed that these have a Mongolian name, or they are based on this simple stuff like meaning, birth, death, this this god of lightning or something like that, this basic stuff. So I told this we Mongolians should separate our this gods from the Buddhism, and recently recently these lamas are going more towards towards the south, towards this preaching the what is this southern stuff. Sometimes it's kind of hard to make a logical explanation on the gods of this southern people, like Tibetans, Chinese, and Indians, something like that. So yeah, for example, in my last video in Russian, I talked about this word Om, being important word, and here in Mongolia used to represent the starting point. The starting point for this way of life is this to create a campfire or fire, and this fire is called gol omt. Gol means the center, or this. It's like a goal, this bullseye, and there is a omt So the main is the fireplace, and after this fireplace, we have word in this north. North is arta. Art means in the back, and it became arta, the back, something like that. And since this word means the origin here in Mongolia, we came up with the word ok. Ok means the the very bottom or the start, something like that. So omok became omok, meaning the tribe. So what's your origin is like what's your tribe, something like that. So also this Buddhism and Christianity and this shamanism, the folk's religion or the dark side share one common word, a god. So everyone claims in this god, something like that. So but this there isn't some argument between Buddhism and shamanism or the dark side that word god, which is here in Mongolia BURKHAN, is came with the Buddhism. They will this claim this this word. Mongolians did not use any word BURKHAN before this Buddhism. They will also claim that Mongolians did not use any word Hormustan before Buddhism. It came to Mongolia through this Buddhist teachings, through these recordings of this first Buddhist waves, like ancient times and stuff. So you have to thank Buddhism, etc., etc. Maybe it's true, but the point is that word BURKHAN goes to the wife of the BURKHAN. In Mongolian religious dance, tsam, the last figure is the end or the death. Before that, there is a so-called sun goddess, or the ashes perfect sky goddess, or the sparkling perfect sky goddess, something like that. It's Tsok Tugultur Achuntinger here in Mongolia. I will put in this trailer of the movie Thor Ragnarok, and I'm talking about this goddess Hela. The ruler of the underworld is the BURKHAN, the horny guy, and his wife is the dark lady. So she has this name BURKHAN. What does this name mean? It means God. At the same time, it means the Dark Lord, because in the dictionary, word BUR means Haramkhoi, the darkness. Han goes for a ruler, Lord, something like that. Since we do not have the gender indication, it's just a Dark Lord or Dark Lady, something like that. So since this Christianity wants to conquer things very fast, and Christianity and Islam is trying to conquer stuff with the technology. You give people the technology and they follow you, something like that. And this when Christianity this translates their Bible into a Mongolian, they will use the already existing terms like God BURKHAN, and the God's son, it's going to be BURKHAN, who, the God's son. So it's basically saying Jesus is the Dark Lord's son. Yeah. But it's not, this such a horrible, this name, because who is the Dark Lord? The Great Lord is the Father Sky. It's blue, this bright sky. But the Dark Lord is the night sky, something like that. Of course, some people, I like to claim that the real face of this sky is this dark color. It's not the blue. It's like blackish, and you have these millions of stars, which are suns. So saying that this Jesus is the son of the dark sky, I think there's nothing wrong with that. It's also, I think there's nothing wrong with that. These people are this trying to have this word in their religion and arguing with each other. This it's something to do with the Buddhism. Buddha is the BURKHAN Baksh, the Dark Lord teacher, something like that. So yeah, that was this my point on on Russian. I have to speak on Russian because some of them Mongolians, Buryak Mongolians, and Kalmyks, they speak Russian, so they need to know what's there. This BURKHANism, the dark Lordism is all about. So I also told you that this because of that maybe this Muslim women are wearing this dark clothing called burqa. You must know that the word bur also means this lying, covering, hiding, something like that. This cultures cannot, in my opinion, cultures cannot have this common tongue. There will be this some kind of this madness. Notice that this when this Westerners marry, man is dressed in a black suit, woman is dressed in a white dress. Notice that it is opposite for Muslims. So your values going to be opposite for Muslims. Like their this clothing choice. Their man is wearing a white garment, and their woman is wearing the black garment. So there you have big difference in your culture. What else? This year I'm planning to make less and less videos. I need to focus on my daily life. I need to be busyness. I need to do the business, and I need more money. And also I'm planning to go to Gobi Desert to collect some these shiny stones. These shiny stones are used in fortune telling here in Mongolia. About 44 stones are used to this tell the this future. Word like is about being intelligent. This things start with the intelligence, something like that. So if you do not have this awareness or intelligence, life doesn't make much of a sense. Imagine you have a brain of a bug, and this you basically do not care about God, or this. You just live, and this it seems like you're a robot and you are programmed to do certain stuff and die. Humans this claim they have intelligence, so they care about stuff, and the end, the death, and the life, all kinds of stuff has somewhat this value for them. So yeah, but in intelligence is not not believed to be the great stuff. The great stuff is being wise. So we say the wise things tell the future, or the wise things fortune tell. And I noticed that Christianity and Islam is in this. Sometimes some Buddhist preachers do not like fortune tellers. They say, do not go to these fortune tellers, this is against the God, and something like that. But you must know that in this fortune telling is believed to be good stuff. It helps, and it's basically called a wise arts. Wise arts is all about fortune telling. So if you keep fortune telling items like ankle bones or coins, coins have a yes/no answer, and if you are keeping a lot of coins at home, it's believed to be good. I guess same will go with this fortune telling cards and stuff. So I think it's fairly okay to have bunch of stones, fortune telling stones at your this home. So I will go to Gobi Desert and I will act mad, this collecting all these shiny stones. Yeah. What else I wanted to talk about? Well, basically, this on my YouTube, this I told you everything, almost everything that I know, and of course there can be things that come to my mind, and I would like to talk about it. When such this mood comes, I will talk about this good luck symbol. A hunter man who's riding a horse with a spear, and this dog and a hunting bird. I did talk about the way of a dog, the way of a man, or a Mongol way, or what the horse this means for a Mongolian stuff. I guess I did not talk much about what the hunting bird and the spear mean to a Mongolian. I will study what the what the hunting bird means for a Mongolian, for a neighbor Kazakhs. About the spear, in old times there were this class of people. There were noblemen, there were common men, and nobles usually carried a spear, some kind of fighting spear, and they were some kind of a proud this tribal chieftains or something like that. When a tribe or these nobles are gathered, they are usually gathered in a gear of a top leader or a top chieftain, and they used to put their spears next to each other. So when there is a gathering of the tribes, you have in this bunch of spears together in one place near the great tent. So it became a symbol for a great Khan. So great Khan is the one who is holding all the this great standards, these symbols. So the great Khan is holding the spear of south, this west, north, this the center, and center, etc. All this became a 9, this spear. It's all about the direction of this world, and it's also something to do with the religion. The number 9 stands for the 9 wishes, and the great Lord, the great Khan, is the one who can fulfill his people's wishes. There is this Mongolian saying that evil consciousness is a poison, and harsh, this or hard consciousness is a spear. What does it mean? It means if you go evil, if you are doing bad stuff, it will poison other people. Same time, since it's a poison, it will also poison you. It will make your life shorter. But if you're claiming to do right things, and if you are claiming to be the savior or a dictator, someone with a hard and a harsh consciousness, it's going to this harm others like a spear. but it's going to help you, something like that. My fellow Mongolians complain that I, this talk like a softy. This I cannot be like this South Korean dictator. This I don't have this real power. So when a man has a real power, this is spear. Man tends to do his bidding. I mean, man does not listen to a good person, soft, good, kind person, but they do listen to this abusive, hard, this power wielding boss dictator. This is a sad reality, but you guys need to know this, I guess. So yeah. So the spear stands for this power. Spear stands for this wish. Your wish is your power, something like that. And since this, nowadays our state symbol is these 9 spears. For an individual person, his household, his this basically his little state, his little family should be represented as being one, this spear. What else? Well, please do not, expect, this great things about, this my channel. This when I uploaded the video, New Daegu hotel tour, and I saw there was a 1,444 subscribers, and after like 3 views, I lost 1 subscriber. So it means there was someone who had expectations about my channel. Maybe it was a Russian told this I will upload a Russian video. I don't know. Well, that's pretty much for today, and thanks for watching.